October so far has actually been a pretty busy month in crypto with a lot of new tokens that we've seen hitting the market. In fact, over $2 billion worth of tokens are expected to hit the market this month in October. We've already seen 300 million worth in the first week. Sui was responsible for the plurality of that with $115 million worth of token unlocks. Then we saw Immutable X, whose token IMX had a pretty heavy unlock last week. And subsequently, really no big surprise, the project on the whole was down 11%. I say no surprise because that tends to be the effect of token unlocks. Downward price action is generally speaking the consequence of having a token unlock structure. And I want to be totally candid with you. There are a lot of heavy unlocks expected later this month. I'm going to highlight some of the most prominent projects whose tokens are unlocking, and that's something that you ought to be aware of. Whether you want to action it or not, this is information that you should be privy to, especially when it comes to the last entry in today's video, because it's going to be releasing tokens worth about $1 billion. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest. All the best of luck if you choose to take action given these pretty heavy token unlocks. Look, if you're in this space in altcoins and cryptocurrencies, then I wish you well. Just remember, I am not a financial or investment advisor. Keep that in mind, and remember also by extension that this video is not official financial or investment advice. Have you checked out our new trading section in Discord yet? Because starting this week, we now have a dedicated trading section to discuss all things altcoins and technical analysis. And on top of that, our very own Cody is giving his personal trading setups that he's actually taking in real time that you can follow along with, as well as educational videos to help you get started with trading. If you're not a trader, don't worry. We have sections on Bitcoin, altcoins, gaming, and NFTs as well. It's all for free. Join us in Discord today. Check out the link in the description below. First here on our list today of heavy unlocks this month is a familiar name in this series of videos, Aptos. Aptos is a pretty big deal in the crypto world. As you may know, it's a layer 1 blockchain. It's built for high-speed transactions specifically, and its goal is to be faster and more scalable than many other blockchains out there. You can kind of think of it as a next-generation Ethereum. There's a lot of buzz around Aptos that comes from its team. And this includes people who previously worked on Meta's Diem project. That was the currency, if you will, that Facebook put forward. Didn't ultimately work out, but it was a pretty novel suggestion at the time. And so, you've got some serious expertise here and heavyweights in terms of technical skills and really just blue sky thinking behind them. Okay, that's all well and good, but here's why really they've been making headlines lately. Aptos has been one of the top performing altcoins over the last year, seeing more than 60% growth, in fact. And to top that off, they've just partnered with Google to launch something called GameStack. This is a platform that's all about Web3 gaming and lets developers combine Google's cloud data, analytics, and AI tools with Aptos's scaling technology. The idea here is to solve common distribution issues that game developers face in the Web3 space. So this represents some pretty big moves here. But let's now consider the unlocks specifically. Aptos is set to release 11.31 million APT tokens worth about $99 million on the 12th of October. This is one of the largest unlocks in terms of value actually for the month of October. Just to put it in perspective, it represents a full 2.25% of Aptos's circulating supply. And the tokens are going to be distributed across different areas, including the foundation, the community, the core contributors, and investors. What are the consequences of this unlock going to be? Well, look, as is often the case when it comes to unlocks, it's probably likely, in my opinion, in most people's opinion, that we could see some heavy downward pressure on the price of APT once those tokens hit the market. There's always a chance that some of the investors or contributors are going to sell, which usually temporarily drives prices down. It is something to keep an eye on, especially given the current market conditions. Okay, but that being said, and it was important to say, but that being said, Aptos has a lot going on for it in the long run, especially with its partnerships, again, with Google, and its strong performance over the course of the last year. Even if the price takes a hit post-unlock, Aptos remains a strong project with very solid fundamentals. So keep an eye out for the unlock. Choose to action it if you want. But if we do, in fact, see a downward price reaction to that unlock, Not financial advice, but you may want to be ready to scoop up some additional APT given that window of opportunity that we expect to be upcoming. Next up on our list here, and I think for the first time in the context of token unlocks, we're looking at Axie Infinity. If you've been around the crypto space for a while, then of course you probably know that Axie Infinity is one of the top play-to-earn games. It was also one of the early pioneers in the NFT gaming scene, where players collect, breed, and battle creatures called Axies. Of course, it became a massive success during the NFT boom, even drawing in millions of players worldwide, many from places like the Philippines, where it became an income stream for users that they banked on reliably. With that context in mind, let's talk about the token unlock here, because Axie is unlocking 9.25 million AXS tokens, which are worth now around $42.5 million. And it's a token unlock that represents 6.09% of their circulating supply. That's quite a bit, and this makes it a significant amount. The breakdown here is as follows in terms of the allocation. So, play to earn. 2.70 million AXS tokens worth $12.42 million. Staking rewards, 815,000 AXS tokens worth $3.75 million. And then the team gets 5.74 million AXS tokens worth $26.39 million. Axie Infinity has unlocked 240.4 million AXS so far, which is just under 90% of its total supply. There are still 29.6 million AXS tokens locked, representing just under 11%. So with the next unlock just days away now, Axie's token, as you can see, is down a few percentages here over the course of the last week, which really isn't a surprise, given, again, we often see price dips when you have token unlocks that are occurring. The interesting twist, though, is that Axie has been up very marginally, but still up 2.6% over the course of the last month. And that could suggest that, yes, while token unlocks tend to put downward pressure on prices, Axie might have some positive momentum going forward here. And it's, again, a very moderate, even less than moderate, it's a very marginal rise, but it could suggest some underlying strength in the project, or perhaps even expectations of future developments. However, and like I said, with the upcoming unlock, there is still likely to be downward price volatility. So overall, keep an eye on it. If you weren't aware of Axie's token unlock, it's not one that's appeared on our token unlock lists and our videos before, but AXS is about to unlock, again, a significant amount. So as with the other entries that we're discussing today, just keep it in mind. Next up here on our list, and a more familiar name in terms of its presence on token unlock videos, is Arbitrum, which of course is one of the leading layer 2 scaling solutions for Ethereum. And Arbitrum has gained a lot of attention, deservedly so, because it certainly makes transactions faster and cheaper on Ethereum. And that is a big deal for developers as well as users who are looking for more scalable, more cost-effective solutions in the world of Web3. But with regards to their next token unlock, Arbitrum here is set to release 92.65 million ARB tokens on October 16th. Those are going to be worth about $51 million. This unlock makes up 2.56% of its circulating supply, and the tokens are going to be allocated as follows. So the team and the future team, as well as advisors, are getting 56.13 million ARB tokens. That's worth just under $31 million. And then investors are getting 36.52 million ARB tokens worth just over $20 million. And look, Arbitrum has been making some pretty nice moves recently with developments like the launch of Arbitrum Stylus. This is a virtual machine designed to break down barriers for Web3 dApp development. That's because Stylus allows developers to use familiar languages to build on Arbitrum, potentially leading to more innovative Web3 applications with low gas fees. And then as far as price goes, Arbitrum is down marginally over the course of the last week, likely in anticipation of the unlock. That's at least my suspicion. But then if we look at the past month here, again, not groundbreaking numbers, but up a few percentage points, 4.61% up over the course of the last month, showing some strength, therefore, amid kind of unstable market conditions. Let's face it, I've said it already, this has not been a great start to the much fabled month of October in crypto. It has been underwhelming so far. So to be up 4.5% over the course of the last 30 days, hey, we'll take it.
And so if this market pulls back hard under this level and then consolidates and comes back, we're likely to sell and stall.
Last here, but not least on this list, we're looking at Celestia. And this is that big unlock that I promised to tell you about. Celestia is a modular blockchain platform that's been generating a lot of buzz. On the 30th of October, they're unlocking 175.59 million TIA tokens. Here's the allocation and how it all breaks down. Early backers, so Series A and B, are going to receive 64.91 million TIA tokens. That's worth around $333.6 million. Then we have early backers from the seed round who will get 52.47 million TIA tokens. That is worth about $269 million. Then we have initial core contributors who will get 58.21 million TIA. That's worth just under $300 million. Celestia hit the market in October 2023, last year, with an initial price of $2.20. It skyrocketed, of course, reaching an all-time high of nearly $21 in February of 2024, just a few months later. That represents an 850% gain in just 4 months. Now, part of this, of course, was because we were pretty much enjoying a more positive market sentiment at that time. That's at least one variable to consider. But of course, since that high of $21, the price has cooled significantly. Right now, TIA sits at $4.98, which is still up actually over 21% in the last month. So to be fair, we have seen some recent upward momentum. But like I said, this is going to be a major unlock here. Nearly $1 billion worth of tokens are unlocking. And I would wager that among the projects that we've talked about today, this TIA unlock is going to generate the most significant sell pressure. So if you want to action it, be ready. Again, it's coming up on the 30th of October. Whatever you choose to do in the short term, I'm not going to say what you should or shouldn't as far as actions that you take. Just keep in mind that Celestia's long-term prospects look promising, especially after raising $100 million recently. Once again, you don't have to short any of these projects. You don't have to necessarily action them at all if you don't want. I like to think that information in one form or another, any kind of information is positive. So if you weren't previously aware of these token unlocks, now you are. Whatever you choose to do, you're better informed.